Hey folks, so we'll do an update to where everybody's been shuffled around on Tuesday during Farm Tour Tuesday, because it was a lot of shuffling. There's going to be more shuffling. It's pretty windy. Hopefully the audio is not too terrible, but we are loading out those 6 feeders, the 4 feeders, and then the 2 coal cells that are the exact same age, they have the same litters as the 4. So we're loading them up, taking them to the processor, so I thought I'd take you guys along with me and show you our load up using our new ramp. We'll unload with the ramp and everything, so catch you along for the ride.
So I know I just said that they were the same age, but I actually was looking back at my notes and remembered they're actually like 2-3 months difference. The 2 coal cells are from Penny's litter, which was a summer litter, and then late summer, and then these ones, the feeder ones here, came at the start of fall, so it was like 2 months difference, maybe 3. So it's like 15 and 18-ish months old. So the other day we sorted off, we'd put the trailer in there on Friday, and then Saturday sorted off those other 5 feeders, so then it was just these 6. And then today is Sunday that they're being loaded out. So they've had, 2 days eating in the trailer to get used to it. So of course they just followed me right up the ramp. Absolutely no issues at all. This is what I like to see. This makes my life way easier, because then all I gotta do is close the door, right? Like, no hassle, no fuss. They think they're just getting fed. So that's super, super awesome. And then I always double check, make sure that, nothing's wrong with any of them that I might have missed. So give a quick look. Always double check the latches on all the doors, so that once you open the gate in the field to back the truck in, you're not you're not going in there and those pigs back out everywhere you didn't expect. So yeah. And then you can see that what we went ahead and did, and like I said, I'll talk more about this Tuesday, but we brought over those 5 and just put them in with the piglets. So now it's those 5 feeders that are older and that are pretty well ready to go. They're like 1 to 2 months out. And then the 9 piglets.
Well, the side mirrors are a bit frozen over, using my breath, and got them thawed at least little dots.
This actually kind of sucked, because I had to put it in 4-wheel drive to get back through and see through those tiny little dots I scraped off. Before I drove, I wound up scratching the rest of the way off before I drove to the processor. But it sunk down in the mud, so I actually bumped into it with the truck, had to get out, raise it back up. But got her hitched up beyond that without any issues. Went ahead and loaded up that ramp. The last time we took pigs into the processor, I didn't take the ramp with me, and honestly, it was kind of a nightmare to get them to take the big step down as usual. So this time for sure knew going into it that I wanted to take the ramp with me, even though it's a little heavy. Hauling back's really easy because I just flip it up into the trailer and it's not a big deal. But here, threw it into the back of the truck because obviously there's pigs in there. So, and then all we gotta do is pull out, and we can kind of just park there on that gravel road as long as we don't block the lane too much. And then I can hop out, close the gate, and start getting set up to head off. I do always then double check the trailer latches one more time. I double check that none of my tires are flat. I feel like I checked that like 5 or 6 times before I leave. But then I also double check all my connections on the trailer real quick, just to make sure all of that is solid. Look at the truck tires real quick. I just want to make sure that before I start hauling down the road with 6 pigs in it, that everything is as solid as absolutely possible. And however you want to pause, and you can see the podcast that I'm listening to here is just complete irony. It is the pig killing episode from Meat Smith Harvest, which is the Meat Smith butchers up there in the Pacific Northwest. And complete irony, like, did not mean to play that at all, but it worked out great. And I definitely recommend checking out that podcast or their YouTube channel if you haven't already. So once we finally get to the processor, they've got a pretty great facility for pulling right through and then unloading and leaving the pigs there overnight, because like I said, we're dropping off on Sunday, and their processing dates are Monday for USDA and Tuesday for custom exempt. So they will have to stay overnight, and while I don't really like that, they're the only pigs there, so there's no crazy extra stress. And like I said, going forward, we're going to be doing a lot of the processing for our own use on farm. So that'll be a little bit easier and less stressful for the pigs. We're going to go ahead and wrap this out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much to our Patreon supporters, Raymond and Ashley Hunter. And thank you to the rest of you that make it to the end of our videos. If you haven't checked out our Patreon, please take the chance to do so. And if you can, hit that like and subscribe button.